Yeah. Knicks at night. Uncle Freezie in the building. I'm the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe. Nobody talks that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. Like your main man, the #1 chief rocker, Uncle Freezie. If you want real basketball, check out Blorange Tears. Knicks related channel on YouTube. We rock the spot with Free Keith, Ghetto Intellect, Tory BJ Chosen, the CEO Allow Wise, Riviero Boulevard, 7 and 3. Corey Lee, DJ Cash, Big Pies and Coach Mal Picker, Cowboy Bob, we in the mix, we bring the facts and the fire. Every weekday night at 11 p.m. we talk about the Knicks and everything Knicks related. Knicks at night, we here, yeah. Knicks at night, we live. New York on our mind, we ride for the orange and blue. Yeah. Passionate for the city of New York. Passionate for these New York Knicks. From the garden to the late night glow. Every take got heart, every word got soul. If you know, you know. We keep it real. Uncle Freezie got the keys, let the whole room feel. Blorange Tears, we see the game clear. Every weekday night, meet us right here. Knicks at night. We here. Yeah. Knicks at night. We live. New York on our mind. We ride for the orange and blue. Yeah. That's the word from Uncle Freezie. The #1 chief rocker, easy. Check us out, don't miss the vibe. Knicks at night, every weekday night at 11 p.m. Blorange Tears, Free Keith, Ghetto Intellect, Tory B, J Chosen, the CEO, Allow Wise, Riviero Boulevard, 73, Corey Lee, DJ Cash, Big Pies and Coach Mal Picker, Cowboy Bob, we out the door with love for the Knicks, for the city, for the whole squad.
Knicks at night, we here. Bro, y'all mess around and give Uncle Freezie some auto-tune, bro. I'm telling you, I legit, and I'm Chris Brown when you give me some auto-tune, you hear me? Yo, y'all give Uncle Freezie some auto-tune. Knicks at night, we here. Yeah! Knicks fans everywhere, let's go. Yo, welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. I am your resident host, Uncle Freezie, the #1 chief rocker in the building. We about to talk that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. But before we do, I gotta bring up my guys, man, because they backstage. Like Triple H, like Stone Cold Steve Austin, they backstage. They can't wait to get up here, right? They can't wait to get up here. Let me bring up my guy. Let's go. Let's go. Lee.
Yo.
Yo. Lee, you 2 games away from being the NBA champs, bro. Lee, you 2 games away from being an NBA champs. A team got to beat you 4 out of the next 5 games in order to take this championship away from you. What we
that
talking
ain't
about?
happening.
It was good, bro.
It's a wrap. The fat ladies is sung. Yo, I want to say this real quick. Adam
The
Silver.
girls out there. They got the weather girls out there singing.
When you don't know, listen, bro. Adam Silver, Tony Brothers, and your crew, y'all did everything in your power to take this game from us.
Right.
They did everything in their power. And you know what? Shout out to this team. Shout out to Big Bodega. He hooped. Mikhail. Hey.
Ooh.
They can have our next 6 picks now. Come on now.
Even
that was a total team effort right there. Total team effort. You know what I'm saying? 5. And I knew Tony Brothers was going to do this. I knew it was going to be like this with this man.
Bro.
I'm calling him sellout from now on.
They tried everything they possibly could. They took Cat out the game. Yep. They took Hart out the game. They called fake ghost fouls. They got I'm telling you about the beeper. It's not a game. That pager, it's not a game. They took everybody out the game. I got to watch it with some special people, one special person in particular. I'll talk about that later. This was really, really a team effort. I'm going to big shout out, major shout out to Mikal Bridges. One hell of a game. Big shout out to Towns. Big shout out to Shamit, to Alvarado, to that second unit, to Mitch hitting the free throws. Hit defense was crazy. Yo, I've never seen that. All that yapping that he does when Wemby and his backup dancers, when Weeping Wemby's out there, I haven't seen a game because I watched every one of their games in the West. He never leaned over and breathed and was doing this the whole game. In any of that series versus SGA and company, he's feeling every that we go. Every time we get down the court, we are laying hands and feet upon this man, and he can't handle it. They can't handle it. No matter how much they cheat, no matter how many whistles they blow, and no matter how much bull crap they throw in the middle of that game, the Knicks are 2 games away from being the new champions of the NBA. I'm about to say New York City champion, the new champions of the NBA. I feel like I'm a teenager, bro. Wow.
Bong.
Oh, yeah.
Bong. Coach, what's good, man?
I mean, you guys said it. I was about to say, even in the game, it was 8 versus 5. We found a way. We found a way. Even with the captain, they tried everything they could to. They were playing football against him in the backcourt, bro. Every time that man was at the half-court line, it was getting roughed up. And I just want to talk about right now, if they give out the MVP trophy after 2 games, Karl Anthony Towns, man, I don't know. I don't know where he's going. The thing with his mama in heaven and all that stuff. But man, the way everyone, this is what is so amazing that we're a complete team, man. Because we got Mikal, like you guys said, stepping up. The bench guys stepping up when they come in. And I know a lot of people are going to say, like, oh, Brunson didn't have whatever. But he still found a way to help the team win in other ways. I forget who the only other players in the NBA were, but there were obviously legends. One of the guys was Jordan. He's still in a game where he didn't have the best offensive game. He had 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 steals. The biggest steal, obviously, coming off the back of Stephon Castle at the end. That was the 5th steal. And man, he was like the only other player besides Jordan, and I forget who the other one was, but it was crazy that he's still, that's what championship level players, do. Like when you're not, doing things in one facet of the game, you're making moves in the other, and McHale, that where we really won this game was there was that moment at the end of the third quarter, and we were giving Cat and Brunson a break at the same time, and McHale went on that personal run where he had like 6 or 8 points himself in a row, and the backups held, and we stayed with that 9-point lead at the end of the third quarter, and all with Cat and Brunson out, and then he started that off in the fourth quarter. But man, we needed a game like this, because if this would have been another blowout, you can see where maybe they're feeling themselves going into the Garden. Now it's like, all right, see, we can still win these tight ones, because we got the clutch guy and we got the veteran team that can win games like this. And this is, I still can't believe it, man. It feels so good. It doesn't feel real. I can't believe we got 2 games at MSG left, bro.
Bro, the Knicks are 2 games away from being the NBA champs. That's crazy.
I can't believe I'm here. I'm in my 51 years of life. I haven't heard that sentence.
Bro.
Oh man.
Bro. Jay, listen, I was gonna call you. Yeah, because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but all of us, like, we all talk a lot. Like, I talk to Coach. I used to talk to Coach like 2 hours a day every day, and then I got busy with some stuff, right? I used to talk to Lee and Wise and Ribby on like a party line, and people would jump in and out the calls. Like, it'd be like Soulfinger would jump in like for 45 minutes and then leave. But what the stuff that we used to talk about legit is what would happen to us if we ever get to this moment right here. Like,
I don't know how to act because it's been so long since I
Right. I wish you would have called me. I called. I texted you right away, Freezie, and then I texted Tori following.
My bad.
I appreciate that.
I be looking forward to y'all text messages. Y'all don't know that, but sometimes I like have my hands. It's like I be juggling chainsaws, and I could take a break from juggling chainsaws by looking at text messages. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. You know what? I was gonna call you, right? But I feel like, okay, I'm gonna call him now. But the special thing I had was I was on my way out. My daughter came in. She recently hurt herself. She's on crutches. Now, she's a big Mets Giants fan. While she was growing up, she just turned 16. She goes, we're going to watch a movie. And are you going to make burgers tonight and all that? And I said, honey, we're going to watch the Knicks. She goes, the Knicks? I said, we're in a championship, honey, and we ain't win since before your daddy was born. And we have a chance to go up 2-0. We're going to go up 2-0, and I promise you'll be excited. So I called my man. I said, I'm not coming over. And I stayed with just me and my daughter. And she was flipping out. I stepped outside the room. She was like, it's back on. It's back on. The number 11, the little guy, what, Brunson, his name, Brunson? Brunson is amazing. I can't believe he just dribbled between two big guys and did a little shot. Called it a little shot. That's a teardrop, baby. He dances. Yeah, it looks like he's dancing. And so I got a chance today to teach her basketball while watching something legendary, while really, really zoning in on it. And look, I went to call everybody, but I knew that if I got on the phone, I was going to get on the phone and stay on the phone with you, especially you, Uncle Free,
right,
for like an hour. We're gonna watch the game together. Okay, here it goes. Here we go. We're gonna talk. So I said, you know what? She was dying to play this game as soon as it was over. I said, as soon as it's over, I'm gonna talk. We're talking. But also, I don't know what y'all be doing during the game, right? So texting's cool, but I'm a talker. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the text, but I'm a talker. So this is perfect.
I'm a eater.
Yeah, and I ate. So what I ended up happening is I ordered Chinese instead. I was like, you know what? I ain't cooking. I ain't doing nothing, man. We just watching this game. So
you got any lo mein left over, bro?
I got lo mein left over. I go to this real good spot because I'm very leery about my Chinese. Yeah.
Coach, snacks don't stand a chance, bro. I'll be moving the hell out of snacks.
Yo, I'm telling you right now, man. And next one's gonna be some BBQs. That's what I'm gonna do next. Boom. Chicken and broccoli and brown sauce, sesame chicken, beef. I'm not gonna get into it. I'm a fat man who enjoyed the hell out of this game. Unbelievable. Mikhail, the story. Unreal. Shamit. Unreal, bro. Tori was saying she felt like her whole body vibrated, but she was super tired. She had been up almost 24 hours. She was whatever. And I said, she goes, I don't know. I said, I don't know how you're going to sleep. But go to sleep because you can hear it.
Yeah.
And but I was so glad to be able to talk. And man, I'm just gonna say it is a pleasure rocking with y'all, watching something historic happen for all of us. This is not a me thing or a Corey thing or a coach thing or a Tory thing or Uncle Freezie thing. All of us haven't seen this. That's the beauty of this. This is beautiful. You know, this ain't the 10-year. I was 10 years old the last time I saw this, or I was X years old, or I was just on my uncle's knee watching it. No, man, this is brand new for all of us.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
You know, and that's exactly why I'm so hyped about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not just happy for me. Man, I'm happy for Coach. Man, I'm happy for C. Lee, man. I'm happy for everybody here. I'm just so effing excited. I'm prepping my way to the parade. Like, am I going to sleep outside in the damn sleeping bag? Like, I'm really contemplating this thing now, man. Like, I'm not even joking. Man. Oh. Somebody take the mic because my brain is frizzled.
Salute, my brothers.
Yes.
Salute.
Salute.
Man, Epic win, man. Epic win. Wow. Heart. What's the word? Let me see. Heart, tenacity, perseverance, mental toughness, uh, maturity. I've run out of adjectives, man. Yeah, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Indeed.
I think we took their best shot. This was their best shot, man.
Yeah.
It's like in a boxing match, man. They got a clean shot, man, in no doubt. But it makes me think of just a quick story. Somebody whom I know was a corrections officer, and how if you know how it go down in there, jokers, try and come for you. And one of my friends, all right, just to preface this, I'm 6'4", 275, so my man is my size, give or take a few pounds, maybe
I
300,
wish I was
whatever,
75.
whatever. But my
I
man
used to
said,
be.
you know what? My man said, you know what? Go ahead, take your best shot. But if you hit me, you better knock me the hell out, because if not, that's your ass. And that's exactly what happened tonight. We took their best shot, and they didn't get it done because we were definitely vulnerable, man. It was some moments you like tensed up. You're like, ah! But
100%.
so yeah, so now you know it's. I think we took their best shot, and now they're going to come into a hostile environment. And I think Game 3 coming up in New York, we basically got to put their foot on their throat. We got to take all the air out of their lungs. These young cats, do not give them any type of momentum. It's like in chess, man. You're in control of the board, but at the same time, you don't need no slip ups. You just start pivoting as to which direction you're going for the check. You sizing it up. We only got 2 wins, or making that chess comparison, 2 moves. That's it. Because we got them where we want them, man. History's on the analytics say teams from 2-0 do not come back. I mean, regardless of the analytics, I think this is our time, man. This is our time. So we'll see how Game 3 is, man. I mean, ride that wave, because we know, man,
Yep.
New York's gonna be off the hook. God. Well,
Did
I'm
you,
already playing. I'm starting to make my plans, man. I already know.
did,
I'm
did
Right.
you
probably gonna
know?
drive up to. I'm probably gonna drive up to JC and jump on that path, man.
Bro, you should have been
Did you
made your
know?
plans, man. What are you talking about?
Yep. Well, I
Yeah,
got them
word.
now.
You
Now,
exactly.
now, I'm gonna put one more disclaimer out there, and then I know everybody else want to speak. I'm just gonna put this. No, it ain't even a disclaimer, but I'm gonna put it out there. Cowboy Bob, get your credit card ready, buddy, because you're buying. I haven't forgotten. Freezie's my witness. Don't worry, man. We it's all good when this chip is in, man. We just gonna celebrate as Nick's brethren, and enjoy, man. Enjoy the fandom. But Cowboy Bob, I'm holding you to this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is
Get a hotel room.
we only shot
Now I'm going back home, man. I can't
we,
do
o-
that, man.
we only shot 5 free throws in the second half.
Of course we
And
did.
and the first ones weren't. We had it, those 3 by OG that we had to go to we had to challenge it. That
Yep.
otherwise we would the only free throws we would have in the second half for those ones against Brunson at the end
Yep.
of the game. We didn't go to the free in a game that physical. Our team didn't go to the free throw line. Only other time besides the end of the game when Brunson only went 1 for 2. We had a challenge to get to the line. That's how bad it was.
And it won't change in MSG either. Don't forget that. It won't change in MSG either.
I mean, I don't mean
the referees iced us.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
I only got 2 words: Tony Brothers.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
not just him, it's the other dude too.
How good the team was. Our team is through all that adversity in a hostile environment. It's crazy, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
And it ain't even about the fouls they didn't call against us. Then there was the phantom dreadlock foul on Vassell's hair.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
We're the only team in the NBA. I've watched hundreds of NBA games the last 2 years. I've never seen a team get 2 fouls called on a hair. Remember Josh Hart? They called that foul on the 3-pointer.
On Kobe White.
On Kobe White's hair.
Yeah.
We're the only team I've ever seen get fouled. You foul someone's hair? Come on.
Bro.
The referees are beauticians now.
And then the backcourt call on Deuce when his foot didn't go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Luke Cornett.
Let me say this before I forget this. For the first time in my life, and I know Mike Green, the whole deal, I heard a commentating analyst table saying everything we feel.
Yeah.
Everything we feel. It's the first time that I could remember that it wasn't like, Clyde and Mike, that it wasn't our squad, like a national TV where they were like, I don't think that was a foul. I think that was wrong. I don't think that was a foul. I don't understand why they called that. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I kept noting that. And they had to have said something like that 10 times or more.
10 times, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So props to them for being real about it. You know what I'm saying? And I hope to God that the NBA picks up on that. I mean, not only that, when I talk about my daughter, when he took the shot, he flopped on the shot.
Right.
The last shot.
Right.
Oh, yeah. And my daughter said, why did he fall backwards when he wasn't touched? And then I had to explain the whole thing. Right? I'm like, yo, that's flopping, that this is a different thing. It's his own animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but props to that team, man. Talking to that analyst, they did a great job. They were telling the honest truth. It's about damn time.
Yeah. 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 Hey, man, let me get a few minutes. I want to say a couple of things. So just a couple of things real quick. In a minute. So there's let me do this real quick. Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, first time ever, I saw Brunson gain 110 yards on 20 carries, score the game-winning touchdown, and hit the extra point. We won a football game tonight. Right. Yeah. Right. The linebackers were definitely pressing the hole. They did not fear the pass tonight. Right. They did. They were scraping the line and setting edges tonight for sure. Right. Thank you for that, Paris. I just want to say this though. Of all the games that I watched all year, this is the game that I'm most proud of. Because clearly there is an agenda to keep San Antonio in this series. Even if Wemby doesn't win a championship, clearly there's an agenda to make him look like he's up next. So even I have a sense that they want San Antonio to win at the expense of the Knicks, right? What team would be better to beat than public enemy number one for the NBA for Wemby?
Yep.
Right. Same thing happened with Tim Duncan, right? The officiating tonight was so one-sided. There was some and ones tonight that I saw. The last Wemby and one where Cat like this, and Wemby was untouched and got the lay-in, and everybody was like, and then Jalen Brunson goes down the floor, and the dude Champagnie, and when Brunson hits the shot, the dude Champagnie hits Brunson's hand like this, right? And they've had an emphasis on calling the high five. This is what they've been telling us all year. The referees have been putting emphasis on the high five foul, right? Brunson gets this done to him on the shot that he hits, right? They don't call it, right? Legitimately, the Knicks were about to blow the Spurs out of their own gym, and they called three fouls on Cat and Wemby, and Cat gets legislated out of the game in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Remember, the Knicks had a 4-point lead. The Knicks come out. The Spurs look crazy, like they try something that don't work. The Knicks jump out. All of a sudden, the Knicks are up 12, right? And then before you know it, it's 3 quick whistles on Cat, right? Not on Brunson, right? Because Brunson wasn't cooking. I'm sure Brunson would have got those 3 quick fouls, right? If Brunson was cooking. But Cat was saving the day from the beginning, right? 3 quick fouls, 3. But what they don't know is a team like this, like the Knicks, hey, man, Mikal Bridges has been waiting to prove himself forever. Soon as they take Cat out the game, you see the emergence of Shamet and Bridges. The 1-2 punch, 1-2 punch, 1-2 punch, 1-2 punch. What I'm going to say is this. I'm going to say the quiet part out loud, and maybe y'all don't want to say it. I'll say it. Clearly, Jalen Brunson is hurt. Clearly, Jalen Brunson is hurt, right? Because when you saw him up top and he couldn't go by Stephon Castle, I was like, oh, JB is hobbled, right? But nobody will say it out loud because we don't want it. We don't want it to be that, right? We don't want it to be. We don't, as Knicks fans, we don't want to think in our mind like we made it this far to get a injury to our key guy, and then all of our championship dreams will go down the drain after it took us so long to get here. So we're not saying it out loud, but clearly this is true, right? Brunson can't get by his guy, and his shots are off. He's affected, right? But the thing I learned about Jalen Brunson tonight is Jalen Brunson is a trooper. Despite all of that, despite the poor shooting, despite him not being able to move on defense, despite him not being able to go by his guy, he was still giving you 100% of himself. And for some, that means nothing, because I know some people are like, you know what, man, if you can't play, get off the court. Nah, bro, it's something about that muscle that beat inside your chest. Some people have it, some people don't, right? Like I'll give an example. Like if you ever played running back at a high level and you walk to the line of scrimmage and you look across the line and there's 11 dudes over there that want to knock your head off. Not any particular person. No, 11 dudes over there want to knock your head off. Or if you ever boxed and the dude that you're boxing is more experienced than you, but you gotta AI him in order to take his spot. In order for you to climb the ladder, you gotta knock somebody off the ladder. And that's the guy. And then the guy across the ring from you is like, yo, this up and comer coming for my spot. Right? And that vibe. Like one thing about Hart is and whatever. Y'all already know. Or y'all already know that. But here's the thing. We have guys on this team that make the game look so easy and a beautiful symphony of basketball that we can't be rattled. Like the game comes so beautifully to Cat and OG and Bridges and those guys. They are the perfect complementary pieces on a championship team. Totally unselfish, totally sell out, do all the things you want them to do. And tonight you saw that on display, despite referees trying to take this thing away from us with blatant whistles. And this is the second game in a row. And my bad for talking too much, y'all. Y'all go ahead, man. I'm here.
Oh, nah.
Keep talking. Get it off your chest. I'm listening.
You good, Freezie, because you know what? You just said it again so the people in the back can hear. Yeah, because obviously the Knicks did not get that email like we were supposed to throw the game. You understand what I mean? We said, hell, damn that. You know, come on. It's just crazy. But you know what, though? It's all good. Because that's what New Yorkers do. We fight through adversity, regardless, whatever. From that tri-state area. You got to be built for situations like this. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
This is the particular. We got to be built for this type of situation. We got the right team. And the way you said it and put it together, I couldn't say it no doggone better.
Right.
Yeah, you said that great. I'm hearing feedback or radio or something like that. My brain. Am I hearing? Is that me?
No, that's not you. It's somebody. Hey, Cash, is that? Let me hold on. Before I'm not gonna point the finger. Let me do this though. David Smith, thank you for the generous contribution. David Smith says, Karl Anthony Towns has been playing the best basketball of any Knicks since second half of this season and throughout the playoffs. Indeed, I think I agree. And Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Oh, wait a minute. David Smith, thank you for the generous contribution. David Smith says, Karl Anthony Towns has been playing the best basketball of any Knick since the second half of the season and throughout the playoffs. And then Paris Duggar says, great points, y'all. Hey, man, it's just how I'm feeling, bro. Coach, they were blowing that whistle at times, bro. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, how are you blowing the whistle right there on the Wemby and one, but on the cat dunk where he went by Wemby and dunked it kind of half backwards, where he got raped going to the rim, and on Wemby, how do you not call Wemby for the foul when OG dunked on him? Wemby's hand is on OG's wrist as he dunking.
Yeah.
How do you not call that?
It's crazy, man. I'm just glad that the right thing happened. Because if we lost this one tonight, there would have been a riot, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if we had lost this one, it's like, oh, we got one. We split in the way it's the finals. You say all that, but hell no. The way them refs were, I don't like to blame refs for stuff, but man, that was just bad.
Right.
But whether Brunson's, a little tight with his knee, or it's affecting his. I honestly don't think it's 100% he's hurt. I just think that this is the finals.
Okay.
And late in games sometimes, like Brunson and Cat and everybody on the Knicks, this is why it's amazing we're still winning. The intensity and the level that we're playing defense and the energy you're having to put out defensively as well, that's what's affecting San Antonio's offense. That's what's affecting our guys, some guys, because, Brunson and Cat ain't used to having to play NBA Finals defense. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
in the second half, that's going to affect some of your shots. You know what I'm saying? Because we always talk about it. When there's very rarely do elite offensive players in this league lock it down on defense too. It's usually it takes a lot of energy to play defense like that, bro.
It's hard being a two-way player, bro.
Yep. And that's what's amazing about. I noticed this game, we put OG on De'Aaron Fox a lot first in the first half. but he didn't play him in the second half that much.
Right.
They were actually putting Brunson on him a little bit. But I mean, I don't even know if we even talked about him tonight. Mike Brown, another coming out of the second half. He's been the best during this streak. Like, I think the local, one of the guys from the local, I think Wally Zerbiak or somebody said this. We've won every third quarter in the playoffs, even the games we lost, the Hawks earlier. We've come out of the second half every game this playoff run and won the third quarter. That means we're coming out of the second half. We make adjustments. That's on our coaches too, man. So kudos to them.
Right.
Because the kind of defense even though it looks like there's personal matchups, that where certain guys play certain guys, we're doing these subtle switches. Sometimes we switch, sometimes we don't.
Right.
When Wemby starts getting close to the paint, you'll see our defense converge on him a little bit, even though we don't flat out double team. We just get someone that kind of slides over to try to swipe, or like the passing, like tonight again. How many passing lane steals do we get?
Right.
And that's one thing, especially right. I think right off the bat in the first quarter, we needed to do what the Spurs did this game. Like, they came out pressing us and everything. I think we should try to force them young kids in a hostile environment, put all that pressure on them in that first quarter, and just put them out right then.
Right.
Coach, I'm telling you right now, the Knicks crowd, the arena, MSG is going to press them.
Yeah.
So all we got to do is go out and play.
Man, that sound is going to be deafening, bro. I can't wait.
It's going to be deafening, bro. It's going to be deafening, bro. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait for it, man. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think this is gonna be bonkers. I think it's gonna be bonkers in the Garden, bro. Beyond bonkers, bro.
Yeah, there's not even like a word I could think of. It's more than bonkers. It's like more. It's more than bonkers. It's gonna be.
Yeah. Did y'all see after the game all them people, bro, that was still in the stadium?
Yeah.
The arena.
Yeah, man.
So just imagine game 4. The whole city's going to be outside.
There's going to be people trying to get in.
Bro.
It's going to be sad because San Antonio can't even get on the bus to go.
Yeah.
I mean, just so you guys know, no team has ever lost after a 2-0 lead on the road in the NBA Finals. So I know this team's done a lot of firsts. But that's one first I don't want to happen. I don't even want to say it out loud, though.
Don't worry about it because it's not going to happen, bro.
Yeah.
I rebuke that feeling.
We got to win in the Garden, bro. We got to close out at the Garden, bro. That just has to happen.
Man, this series is so over, bro.
It was over after the first game. That's why I said 1.5. Look, they did everything they could. The truth of the matter is tonight's game should have ended up the same way last night's game. If Tony Brothers and the rest of the stuff doesn't do what they do, we win this game by at least 9 to 12 points. It should have been nearly this close. But you have to have a game for the whole world to see that was like, did you see game 2 when it came down to the last second and blah, 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 and the whole thing? Because that's all. Look, I know we do family shows, nigga. It's Knicks at Night, but that was bullshit, man. Yeah, that was all what they call flash and pad. That was all bull crap. All right. We were beating them too bad, and the powers that be cannot have that happen. Right. That's why the line changed 3 times today. All right, 3 times. I follow this stuff. This stuff is all nonsense. This series is over. We tucked their tail. Rick Brunson was telling Fox, yo, I almost said something really, really nasty. I'll take that back. Mike
Brown almost said it. Mike Brown.
Rick
Brunson. So you ain't that tough. Stop it.
Yeah, Rick Brunson went over there and said, yo, bro, you were soft. Stop it. You come off the bench. Get out of here. I'm using my nice word. Right. I'm using my nice word.
Here's a nice way of saying it. You ain't about that life, though. You're not about that life.
You ain't about that life, man. Like I said, you're all right, but you're not real, and that's it.
You ain't about that life, man. So don't go there.
Yeah, that's a nice way.
I'm pretty sure you said I wish you would.
Some other choice words, I'm sure of that. But look, man,
I'm just trying to say it clean.
They wanted to make it nice. They wanted to make us close. They want to make the big bad wolf. They want us to do that. Sure, no problem. Wolves move in packs. So make us the big bad wolf. We move in packs and we move deep. And one will come from one side and the other will come from another and 3 will come from the other. And you are done. Done. And then we got some other ones on the bench waiting. I can't say enough about Shaman. And I was a huge critic. I can't say enough about the way they played, man. I can't say enough about it. How about Cat hitting that corner 3? How about all these things as the time runs down? There were so many things that they tried to do. We got the memo, but we disregarded it. We got the memo, but we disregarded. Hey, we're going to need you to like boxing. We're going to need like back in the days in the 50s and in the 40s and even earlier depression, they would pay some of these boxers to take falls. You know what I'm saying? Look, I know your family's hungry. I know you ain't got bread and meat. Here's a bag of food plus $100. I know you're not working right now or you're down at the yard trying to get a job. So what I need you to do is I need you to take a fall in the second. No, we're not taking a fall in the second. Sorry, you can help them as much as you like. They need help. Get them some milk.
You calling them Spider Rico? Is Spider Rico from Rocky?
Here's a bag of L's.
Yeah, no doubt. 100%.
Here's a bag.
I mean, that's a great. Thank you for the super chat, obviously, but that's always going to be debatable in my mind, and maybe best power forward I've seen in our time, but it's a different league now, man. That's why I never compare people. They're different from different times. Can they play in the same era? None of that matters tonight. The fact of the matter is, Cat did his thing, and I'm going to go back to something. You said you had a beautiful soliloquy, and I'm going to say this. I agree with you. And it's okay for everybody to have their own opinion, but I agree with you. I do believe that Brunson is probably about 80% tops, if not 75% of who he is. This man's constantly going back in the back. constantly getting hit, never gets a foul call. Ankles are both hurt, knees are both hurt, body is hurting, and he's still leading this team in his own way. Yes, Cat did his thing. But tonight, to me, it was as much as it was about Cat, it was about Mikal. As much as I complain about Mikal and his offensive game, because I know his game is more about his defense, Mikal did everything tonight. Every damn thing.
I know we might start talking about Mikal. I just want to mention 2 points about Cat. The questions that were raised concerning him, stop. Questions are answered when we win this chip. Now, is he a super great defender? No. But can he defend? Yes. We know the other misnomer in regards to Cat. He's soft. He ain't soft. He's proved it. Because when we get this chip, that's it, man. Don't want to hear nothing about Cat ain't this, Cat ain't that. Because Cat's going to be a champion. And at that point, it don't matter. F all y'all. I'm a champ. And I did it, and he did it the way it's supposed to be done. Especially this defense he's putting on Wemby, man. So for those Cat haters, put it to bed, man. Let it go. You need some milk. You need some milk.
No one should be hating anybody. No one should be hating on anybody on this team. This whole team is a team. They play together. It's not about who's better than the next person. It's are they doing their job? And they all are doing their job and more. To piggyback off of what you just said, he has stepped up. And if he doesn't get fouls called, phantom fouls called on him, you would be even more be able to see how much more he excelled in his defense. Same thing with Brunson.
Yeah.
Everybody has stepped up to do something. Everybody.
You notice how they were also called. Now, a couple of them were fouls, obviously, but the guy that was our spark plug, and everyone was slowly picking up steam about Josh Hart. How important how he is. He's the heartbeat of the team, and he gets the energy going. And they try to take him out the game. Like now, Hart, he did grab it, Vassell's ankle, but he was fouled originally when the ball was stolen from him.
That's right.
At half court, they didn't call the foul from first. Now after that, I'm not discrediting that one. But they started off. They started the game. Public enemy number one for the refs was at the very beginning. They took Josh Hart out the game with the foul. They called them early fouls on him. Yeah. So I'm just glad the Knicks are playing in a way that they're leaving no doubt who the team's supposed to win is and who the best team in the NBA is right now. They're leaving no doubt. Because there's still going to be people hating.
Hey, I tell you what's going to be a hell of a discussion after we win this chip, man. It's going to be who is going to be the all-time greatest Knicks, greatest team, different players. That's just going to be one fascinating discussion, man.
I'm glad you said that.
That's going to be a hell of a discussion because, man, when you put this all in perspective, I know we're talking different eras, man, but we've said once before, whoever wins, well, when we win this, I ain't going to say if, when we win this, man, they are going to be the kings of New York. And yeah, man,
And
very interesting.
I know that Clyde Frazier, because the Knicks team that Clyde led, that were the last teams to win, they're kind of like the New York Knicks version of what the Miami Dolphins do with the NFL. Like, deep down inside, I know all those legendary Knicks like Bill Bradley and Phil Jackson and Clyde Frazier, the ones that are alive. They want the Knicks to win, but at the same time, they take personal pride that, yep, we're the last team to win. But for Clyde, who isn't always the quickest he's not afraid to be critical of Knicks, even on telecast. You know what I'm saying? That's how Clyde don't mess around. But when he got interviewed, like in the middle of this, it was right before the playoffs, or he actually said this team reminds me of our team. For Clyde to say it, he's like, there's something about these guys, they play for each other, blah, blah, blah. And I have never heard Clyde Frazier say that about a Knicks team. And for him to say it, I'm going to say it right here. Like, I said it earlier this year. This is the best New York Knicks team that I've watched play. It is. And I'm a 90s guy. I love those Knicks teams, bro. But this team's better. I'm just being real. Patrick Ewing's my favorite player of all time.
Let me do something real quick, man, because I keep forgetting, bro. I forgot at the beginning, and we like an hour into the show. Y'all bear with me. I've been wanting to play this for a long time, man. Y'all bear with me, man. Hold on.
Every scar tells a story. Every loss became his gain. They tried to break him, tried to watch him fall. But every time he hits the ground, he stands twice as tall. The weight of the world on his shoulders. The doubts come crashing down. Right in the eye, and never stays down. Get up, rise again, stronger than you've ever been. Stand tall.
I meant to play that when you came in, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
We might have to make a little shorter edit of it, but
yeah,
I like the power on it.
I told you it was 37%, right? This is that.
Hey, man.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. I'm
a rock guy too, so I definitely feel that one.
Hey, now this ain't too heavy for you, is it? Because we can make it
Hell
lighter.
No, not for me. Now
we can make it lighter.
Maybe some of these other guys. Not for me. That was it.
Yeah.
That reminds me of like that epic, like symphonic Norwegian Viking rock.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was going for.
That's it. That's good.
That's it. Because when I was doing a video, I was I was looking for a Viking in the forest with this with the steam coming up off the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was looking for that. But anyways, I was playing everybody else's, and I was like, dag, I didn't play you and Cash yet. So I'm gonna edit it, make it like 90 seconds, man, and then
the words of fire, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I like
the words of fire.
Yeah, yo,
the whole thing is fire, but I mean the words.
Yeah,
the guy about getting back up and standing up. I think that's a big deal. That's a big deal,
handwritten, bro. That's not ChatGPT. That's handwritten, bro. Legit. That's handwritten. I started to sneak up joking. Now I started to call you fat boy. He's a fat boy. I was like, no.
I'm not fat. I have ex-athlete-itis.
Me, you know what? Then me too.
You ever notice like running backs get fat after they retire, and then linemen lose weight after they retire? The old linemen always get skinny.
They look like tight ends, right? You can't even recognize them.
But then all the running backs, man, I'm tired of doing all that damn running and using me as a damn wrecking ball for all these years. And I'm gonna stop moving around for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then the linemen are like, man, they've been fattening us up since I was in college, man. I'm done eating all that food.
That's because that damn doctor be like, yo, you better start eating salad.
Yeah.
Yo, word up.
Yeah, word up, bro.
But yeah, man.
Yeah. And the running back, man, you on a strict diet. You know, you got to eat certain things. Now, you play fullback, right? So.
In college, and when I played in the Arena League, yeah, but I was a tailback, and I was a 240-pound tailback in high school, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, you know, usually in high school, I mean, hell, Vita Vea played running back.
Right, exactly.
Usually the best athlete on your team to hand you the ball. Like Derrick Henry was a direct snap quarterback for half of his all they did was that what's that formation called again? I'm having a brain fart.
You're talking about the one that they used for the Saints for a little while.
Yeah, when the running back
Wildcat.
Yeah,
Wildcat. Yeah.
But no, man, I'm just we've already won more games.
It's weird being old.
This series than the last time we were in the finals.
Yep, that's fact. And it was against Steve Soccer. So,
hey, I want to bring up something, yo. OG had 2 crazy big blocks and a super dunk.
A super dunk.
Oh yeah, OG.
Monster.
Yeah, and he had a couple of nice steals too.
Yep, great steals. Let me tell you something. If he never goes down in that first series, the way he was playing, there's a great possibility if he kept playing that way that he would be the MVP of the whole thing. Because the way he plays, his two-way play, and the amount of points he was scoring, the amount of rebounds he was getting, the blocks he was getting, the steals he was getting, and he's still doing it. But I'm just saying, in that first series, just wilding. So.
Yeah, this next one, we gotta. I'm glad we have an extra day off, so Jalen can get, healthier. But I'm gonna be honest with you. This physical play and the amount of grind that's been happening to this, for the Spurs too. Towards the end of the game, they were having some owies too. Like Castle, man, he felt weird on his leg, and it looked like De'Aaron Fox was limping again too. Keldon Johnson too for them. So it's a long season, man. This is
Brock's got a high ankle sprain, so that's man.
These guys have over 100 games under their belt, bro. Some of them.
They just need a couple kale smoothies.
No,
those good. No, they got a lot of wear and tear on them. And let's not forget this too. Remember, we have been running together as a unit. Now a cat 2 years, but for the other guys for a handful of years, right? So enough about, like, I agree with you on our coach. Enough about the trade. Enough about the 5 picks. Enough about the narrative. Folks, we are 2 games away from being the champions of the NBA. That's the narrative. So getting healthy, staying healthy, and we're doing it 5 versus 8 every series we play. So I don't care. Let them say what they want to say. They want us to be bad. They want us to be good. No, we're Knicks fans. So we only see them as the way we see them.
Yeah.
So I saw Mikal Bridges get interviewed for 2 different groups, and the focus that every guy on this team, it starts with Brunson, with the way his attitude is. Because I had heard and saw that Brunson never wants to be in the same room or look at the Larry O'Brien trophy, even graphics of it and all this stuff. He doesn't even want to see it or look at it. And Bridges was saying it when he was interviewed after the game, like, I don't care. I don't even know about a streak. It's 0-0 to us. We're 1-0 now. Now we're back to 0-0 again, and that's an attitude that the whole team has. The way Wemby reacted and the Spurs reacted when they won, because they probably felt when they beat the Thunder that all they had to do was beat them, and the championship was theirs. That was their championship, bro.
Right. That's why they were crying.
They and the rest of these chumps in the media are going to have to be eating crow, bro.
Yep.
Because there ain't nothing they can say. No excuses. It takes a whole team to win. Now, I'm not, credit to that. If I was a Spurs fan and you look at that Spurs roster and everyone's ages and everything, they got a hell of a future. Well, but they put up, they talked about, you want to talk about who was the last alien that was in our league, that was a dominant force, a guy named Shaquille O'Neal,
For a little while, I'd say Greek freak.
His first
Shaq is definitely right.
But the thing is, Giannis didn't come into the league his rookie year like that.
No.
He developed.
No, you're right about that.
Yeah. But like Shaq came in, was already a dominating force.
An alien, yeah.
And his first trip to the finals, he got swept.
Yep.
Shout out to the archetype, because they got swept too. Ralph Sampson, him and the King.
Yeah. They got
That's
beat by
right. That's right.
Yeah,
No, they got beat by Boston.
they got beat by Boston. I'm sorry. Yeah, they got beat by Boston.
And it's funny how the producers of Inside the NBA they're pretty good about always doing little jabs at like Chuck and Shaq and them. They put up this stat, and it's so crazy, the coincidence that there's only been 2 teams in NBA history that have lost the first 2 games at home in the finals. And one was Shaq's Magic, and the other one was Chuck's Phoenix Suns.
Chuck's Phoenix Suns, right.
And both of them lost, eventually due in the finals. And then
and Chuck and them lost game 3 in overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost in overtime. Charles Barkley had like 45 points and like 24 rebounds and like 8 assists.
Yeah.
Like he played probably the best game of his life, and Michael Jordan had like 49 points.
Yeah. And then Kenny Smith had to put the stab in there. He's like, "Oh, I was there for one of those. I remember." He was on a team that beat Shaq.
Yeah. I know that's hilarious. One of the things I wanted to point out during the conversation, man, is if you're the Spurs, you didn't lose by 10, but you did lose. Right? Now, do you take this game plan do you take game 2's game plan to the Garden and roll with that game plan, or do you go with game 1's game plan where y'all were getting all the shots y'all wanted, y'all were just missing?
That depends. Is Tony brother gonna be in the third one?
Hey, can they bring the rest with them if they bring game 2?
That's exactly what I want to know. If he's gonna be the ref for game 3, then we gotta switch about game plan.
I think game 3 would be too high profile of a game for you to be questionable, right? Like you could be questionable in San Antonio, like on a Friday night,
right?
But you can't be, overt cheating the Knicks in their first playoff game since whenever. You know what I'm saying? You can't cheat the Knicks like with everybody looking. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be one of those things where you gotta give the Knicks credit for. You gotta at least let them play, like, because if you have your hand in every game, right? If you have your hand in every game, legitimately now we like, you know what I'm saying, you got like 3 games worth of evidence you could just point out to the league, right? Like you could just put it like y'all remember when OKC was flopping all over the place. It was evident that the referees were giving them the calls, and then social media spammed it. Like every time you got on TikTok or Instagram, you saw SGA flopping all over like a fish. And so and then in game 6, he was flopping and they wouldn't give him the call.
They weren't getting the calls.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's how I was gonna say.
That was like you on your own on this one.
Yeah, man. Like this.
I was surprised they didn't give it to Wemby when he fell down after that shot. To be honest, that what scared me the most.
And you know what happens at MSG? Like the Spurs fans haven't had to chant this because they don't have the problem with the refs. All of a sudden, after about 2 or 3 of those calls or non-calls, you're going to start hearing bedlam in Madison Square Garden. The fans going, "Refs, you suck!
Yeah,
refs, you suck!"
Yeah,
right, or way worse than that.
Yeah, or the other
right,
one.
Right, the other one.
Whoever,
yeah. Right. Or they might even be like, you blatantly cheating. Refs are cheating. You know what? I think really what a big thing to help us tonight. I will not stop saying this. I even think it should be posted. I'm gonna rewatch the game. I'm gonna record it. All the sound bites from the analysts and the speakers and the guys calling the game. Right. Like I've never heard that in my life. Never. Not the first game when we didn't get the calls. Not any of the other series. You'll never get that from Stan Van. Go live in a band. You never get it from any of these guys. You'll never get it from them. But you got it from 3 guys, all of them. Like I never heard of that. Have you heard of the hair being part of that? Now I'm gonna say this, as far as the hair thing goes, if it's anything like any sport, it's part of your body. It's part of your body.
Yeah.
But it's part of
Part
your
of the
body.
uniform.
Yeah, but
Right.
who's,
So is the uniform. It's like getting a ball when you're playing baseball and the ball hits your shirt. You got hit by the ball.
Yeah.
If you're up at bat. So the hair thing, but it was such a light touch on the hair, almost like he was brushing a lint off of the guy's hair. Like, you got a lint, brother. Let me get that for you. Like, so to me, it was garbage. They gotta do it, and it takes, and this is what everything takes. It takes unity. It takes a bunch of people, a lot. When I'm talking about a lot, I'm talking about a million people, like a ton of people to say, "Yo, listen to these guys talk. Listen to them talk. Not me, not the fan, not the Knick fan. The people that are partial." That are not partial to each. They're just calling the game. They have no horse in the game.
Right.
I mean,
to me, that's important.
Mike Breen is. I mean, he's professional, but deep down inside, he's
Right, he was rooting, but if you notice, Mike Breen wasn't the one saying those things. It wasn't Mike Breen. Actually, if anything, Mike Breen said, "I've never seen it called, but hair is on your body." So I got to give it to Mike Breen for
that's what I think
pulling himself out of that conversation and being the protagonist instead of the antagonist, whatever. The protagonist of it, because they were really barking on it, like, "Yo, I've never seen that. Yo, that's not a foul. Yo, that's not a foul. I don't understand it. He wasn't out. That was close. He wasn't standing outside the line. What do you mean he's out? That wasn't out."
Right.
So,
but Jay, Jay, you arguing over a nobody or a never was, and somebody who rode the pine and went on for the ride to get his little chip. Come on, Tim Legler.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about Tim Legler and Richard Jefferson. Those two bums.
Yeah.
Those two bums were the ones calling the game. It wasn't you or me arguing about it.
I understand that. I said no. One is a never was, and the other one rode the pine to get his chip. These cats are stooges for the network. That's all they are.
Right. No doubt.
Yeah, but
it still doesn't make a difference whether or not we make the soundbite of it and it gets sent in. And look, it's never going to change. They're looking for a face of the NBA, and they hate James Dolan and the Knicks.
Yeah,
right. I agree with everything you're saying about who they were, but they still got a job doing something, and they were calling it the way they felt. They weren't Knicks fans,
right? No, and to your point, not to interrupt, but to your point, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you an organization that was absolutely trash, a laughingstock, right? If y'all watch NFL football, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was a laughingstock, like legitimately like a terrible franchise. But it took a certain group of players that believed to get them over the hump. Right? Like you got to get the right coach with the right temperament. You got to get the right type of guys in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? The leaders of your team have to have like a certain mentality. Like your yard barkers can't also be your leaders. Right? You have to have a John Lynch, a Derek Brooks, a Rondé Barber type personality group in order to get over the hump. If you understand the comparison, what I'm saying to Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Jalen Brunson, right? You can't let Josh can't be the leader. Cat can't be the leader of I'm talking about the singular leader. Now he can be a part of the leadership group. Like Warren Sapp can be part of the leadership group.
Warren Sapp,
but
can't
be your leader, right? But Rondé Barber can be your leader. John Lynch can be a leader. Derek Brooks can be a leader. And so the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were terrible from day one. Like, they had the worst uniforms. They had the worst stadium. They had Hugh Culverhouse, and the worst owner. They had the absolute worst everything, but they wanted to win. They were in a certain little part of Florida where they have everything to themselves, and they wanted to win, right?
Yeah.
And so they finally got the right group of guys. Just like the Knicks right now. Our reputation before this group of guys was terrible, right? Oakley fighting with the owner, all this stuff, man. Spreewell, man, all this stuff, everything that was around the Knicks was terrible. Yep. But you bring in Jalen Brunson, and they like, JB, what do you think about that? Hey, so we wasn't here for that. Like, well, what do you mean you wasn't here for that? Yeah, we wasn't here for that. We're here for this. We want to win. JB, what about this? I did no. We ain't talking about we ain't talking about that. That wasn't us. That wasn't us. We this is a separate group. Then you bring in and listen, I'm a Randall fan, right? I'm a Julius Randall fan. But Julius Randall with this group, we wouldn't have won a championship, not because of Randall himself, like because he's a fantastic player. And Julius Randall is a great NBA player, right? Mm-hmm. But did Julius Randall have the temperament to deal with all of this stuff and keep his composure? No. Does Jalen Brunson have the temperament to deal with all this stuff, keep his composure, and keep his eyes on the prize? Yes.
100%.
You bring in Mikal Bridges, unshakable. Man, we were on Mikal. Yo, early in the season, people were talking about bring Bridges off the bench.
Just last month.
Right. Bring him off the bench.
They were saying after his 0-point game in the Hawks game.
Like legit. Like, why is he here? But he's unflappable. While y'all talking about that, his mind is 100% focused on the end game. Right? The end game is the most important thing. Now, in years past, say if that was Stephon Marbury, he would have had a soundbite for Channel 7 News, and his whatever he said would have been on the back page of the Daily News. Right. He'd have said something like, "We don't need no coach." He'd have said something weird.
And then it made Brooklyn look bad, and New York look bad, and everything. Right. Yep. Yeah, right. I agree with you.
But JB and Bridges and OG and Mitch to an extent and Deuce, this whole team is different from the temperament, the talent level, and togetherness of this team is different from what we used to have in the past. That's why on nights when we play 8 on 5, the team with 8 players wish they had 9 players.
And one more ref.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And one more ref.
It all starts with, to me, even further up than what you were saying, Freezie, because the comparisons with the Bucks and Knicks. It's when they got Rich McKay as their GM, and he started bringing in certain guys.
Right.
He hired Tony Dungy.
Yep, Tony.
And then they drafted all those guys. Like that first Bucks Super Bowl they won, that was except for Brad Johnson, most of the defense, though, that was considered one of the best defenses ever.
Yeah.
They were pretty much all drafted. Except
they were all drafted.
Like Simeon Rice.
Was Sapp drafted there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
he was drafted there, right?
You talking about Simeon Rice from Illinois?
Yeah,
Simeon,
but Simeon wasn't drafted. He was the only one in that defense we picked up.
Where'd y'all pick him up from?
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought Sapp was somebody that you guys got off.
No. Rice was someone we picked up from the Cardinals.
Okay, got you. Right, okay. I knew there was one person.
Sapp dropped down to the 20th pick or something because of the marijuana stuff.
Because he failed
Yeah.
And the Bucks were like, we'll take him.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But
we smoke weed in Florida.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is Leon Rose. What's that?
Dwight Smith.
Oh yeah. Dwight Smith.
You know another name that you could add to that? Mike Brown.
Right, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Coach,
My-
we'll get to that point. Yeah,
Well, what I was getting to
Yeah.
the parallels is what made the difference for us is it started with Leon Rose.
Yep.
Well, he had him and Worldwide West had a vision of who should be playing together. They have their own version of, when they had that Billy Ball thing with the Oakland A's, and it was like an analytic push or whatever.
Yeah.
But Leon Rose,
money ball.
They did it in a different way where they felt like they can build a team that had a lot of great players instead of just two superstars and a bunch of pretty good guys.
Right.
We've shown that if you have 5 or 6 great guys, like the Pistons had in 2004, like that's. I mean, obviously, I think this team's better than that team, but that team they weren't built on the backs of just one guy. I mean, we can say Brunson is, our superstar, which he is.
Megastar.
And then Cat's an all NBA player too.
But I want to dovetail on that too, Coach. And you know where my comparison is going.
Oh, there's Cat.
We're built. Yeah, I'm still here, man. I just listening, man. Doing a lot of listening. Our team is built like a chessboard.
Hey, Cash, before you get to your point, can I play your intro, bro? Because I've been meaning. I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Does Cash have an intro?
No, I haven't. I really don't have one. I guess I got to come up with something.
The master of the mix, the ruler of the rhythm, the heartbeat of the party, the one and only DJ Cash.
There is Cash. I tried to get some Ohio
appreciate
players.
that, man.
I tried to get some Ohio players, bro. I'm not good at this. I'm learning. I'm learning every day. So if there's mistakes in there, bro, just
I appreciate that, man. That's something I got to think about. Yeah, that's something I got to think about.
Yeah,
but
we should find us a guy like somebody who can do that full. I tried to pay an intern to do stuff but bro, they be trying to pay like $800 a week. Is y'all crazy?
Nah. You ain't
gotta do that, man.
Nah, hell,
you ain't gonna do that. Yeah, you ain't gotta do that.
I can take my out to eat for that.
Yeah. And you know what? We can get into that.
I'll talk about that with you tomorrow.
We can get into that another time, man. Yeah, we can get into that another time.
Okay.
But to my point, I was saying, like a chessboard. Bishops move a certain way across the board. Knights, pawns, the queen, and of course the king. In which they all have purpose, and the objective and the purpose in which Leon Rose laid out from day one has now come to fruition, man. It's basically it, man. All this was constructed when he was hired. This chessboard was strategically placed when he was hired to get, like y'all said, man, like you said, Coach, the right people, the right player, the right management team, and the right players with the right mentality, with the right temperament. And yeah, there were a couple of mistakes made along the way in terms of signings, whatever you want to call it. Certain players they gotten traded away or whatever, and we appreciate what they added, their contribution, man. I mean, believe me, going through the Randall era, what we had with DiVincenzo. We miss. Those are things we obviously miss, but it helped us get to this point. So I definitely would not hate on those players that are no longer with us. Those that were traded away, Barrett, quickly. Um,
Brown,
whatchamacallit, ham sandwich.
Ham
I mean,
sandwich.
definitely, man.
Yeah.
But it all helped to get us to this point. And again, you want to thank that team led by Leon with Worldwide West, Houston, and all those other guys. Even down to the scouts and the video coordinators that were all a part of this, man. All in the coaching staff, man. Everyone in the coaching staff. Mark Bryant, Mo Cheeks, Rick Brunson, and all the rest, man. I know I'm leaving names out, but they know who they are.
Right.
And this has been one hell of a ride, man. And these guys, man, when this chip happens, man, they will be forever cemented in Knicks history. Forever in Knicks history. And we're gonna have two banners going up, man. And when we talk next year about this season, we gonna be at the top of the mountain, which means we gonna be the hunted, man. Everybody gonna be gunning for us.
I mean, they already been doing that.
Yeah, but they really gonna be coming. They really gonna be coming for us, man. So but hey, we talk about that next season. But for right now,
if they coming for you, so what? What if they coming for you and they catch you? What happens?
They're gonna catch these hands. What they gonna catch?
So even if they catch you, you know what happens? You are still the 2026 NBA champs. They can't take it away.
Take it away.
Well, because this was what I was going to say again. I'm going to refer to the chessboard. As long as the king is still on the board,
you got a chance.
That's all that matters.
Well, I was going to go with
there's always. Hey, I'm going to put it to you this way: as long as the king is still on the board with a few other pieces, there's always a move.
Yeah, well, and I was going to refer to that chess analogy. When I was playing chess, part of chess, because right now, to get to where you're at before you put someone in checkmate, right now the Spurs are in check. You have to check right now. And part of the game, sometimes you got to sacrifice your pawns, like our picks. Those are your pawns in the game of chess. Draft picks and stuff. Sometimes you have to sacrifice your bishop or your rook or your knight. Guys like DiVincenzo, Ihard, and IQ, and Barrett. Like, sometimes you got to sacrifice those things, get yourself in a better position to win. But just like Cash said, the king of New York is still here, and he's got enough other pieces with him to put the Spurs behind and checkmate 2 more games.
Right.
So I'm hoping.
Absolutely, bro.
And just one last comment I want to throw in, man. You had spoke earlier, Coach, on the old timers of those few players, Walt Clyde Frazier being one, and those Bill Bradley and others that were alive with the last championship. And I definitely want to pay homage when that moment comes, man, to those who are not with us that wanted what we are witnessing to see it standing on 2 feet and breathing air in their lungs, that they not here to see this. So shout out to all those diehard Knicks fans that are no longer with us, man. And we all know somebody, someone, a group, or whomever that love the Knicks and is rooting for the Knicks just like we rooting for the Knicks now.
Right.
But are not here to witness what we're witnessing, man. So let's just cherish this moment, cherish these memories, and enjoy this ride, man. As this legacy is being manifested.
Yeah, it was a job. Just like a lot of the players are saying after the games. We got to keep it going, keep playing desperate. Job's not done.
Job's not done,
And
bro.
that's
why I love so much about Brunson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me too, bro.
Like, it's so hard for me to even. I'm excited just as much, but like I'm just after game 4, I'll explode. I think my entire body might just combust.
Well,
boom, bomb, combust,
yeah,
bomb.
That goes back to what we were saying about the Knicks as far as the discussions and like who are some of the greatest Knicks. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out early on the limb and say this: when we win the chip, Brunson's gonna have to be put ahead of Ewing. And I know it's gonna be talk about that, but all Brunson got to do is put his ring finger out and say, "It's the difference, dog, right here." Ewing's good, man, and he the man. I understand, respect, but getting that chip is a difference maker, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
But we didn't have to. We didn't have to.
But
play
that's a
Jordan.
discussion for another time.
We didn't have to play Jordan either, though. By the way.
Yeah, that's a discussion for another time.
Cash make me so sick sometimes with common sense, bro. Like Cash hit you with like the common sense, and you be like, man, I don't want to hear common sense right now, bro. I want to hear emotion right now, right? Like,
right.
Nah, you gonna get emotion when the chip is in. When that chip is in, man, I'm a holler. It's gonna be some holler and screaming. You're gonna be thinking I'm doing something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even think about all that other stuff, man. All I think about right now is that we just won 2 games that our fans travel everywhere we go. It sounds like MSG.
Right.
Everywhere we go, and even here, which is probably out of all the teams we played, the most highly regarded team because they had a little dynasty run. They don't usually get in trouble a lot off the court. They pick decent players. Duncan was a highly regarded, good guy, and Robinson fought for this country, and the whole thing. Like and they played what we used to call, where I was from, boring basketball, because it was the big fundamental, right? They was fundamentally sound. But I've heard Clyde express that how happy he is for this team and how great they feel about it. I'm gonna go ahead and say no doubt about it in my mind. There's no doubt about it, and we could only, just like about the 3 lineups I'm going to do with the Mets, just about that, I can only talk about what I've seen in my lifetime. I can't tell you what Clyde did without watching videotape, but I could tell you what Patrick did. Right. I could tell you what Sprewell did. I could tell you that, in my eyes, Jalen Brunson's the best signing, not only the best signing in my lifetime of the New York Knicks, but the amount we got him for was a steal. Who he is, calm, cool, and collective, a gentleman of the game. It is definitely like what the team that we're playing used to look like. They're not like that anymore. They're young and brash, and it's different, and it's just not the same thing. While we're a little more, some of us, like Brunson. I'm just saying Brunson at this point. And even Cat to a point. They're gentlemen of the game. You understand what I'm saying? They're playing the right way, and they're unified, and they're brothers, and they're doing it right. And so for every game, I get hyped, but it lasts like 10, 15 minutes because the job ain't done. When that job is finished, I might need to go get put in like a padded room for about a month. Like
Hey,
literally.
I heard this. I heard this earlier today, Jay. And it's
Yeah.
interesting you said that. That I heard that Jalen Brunson is the best free agent signing ever. Period.
Of
Ever?
any team.
Anywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Period.
to. You know what? That's funny you said that. I've been thinking about that a lot. And I mentioned this the other day. I don't know if you're on cash. I think you were on cash though. My uncle, who was old enough to be at both of the finals games, home games, told me already this team is better than that team. That's what he told me. So you implied until otherwise, I can't call that. But my uncle, who was old enough, by far old enough, to tell me that he was, said Clyde was like you never saw before until he saw Brunson.
Right.
You know, and I mean, and how apropos for Captain Clutch to be the guy to grab the turnover at the end of the game.
Right.
It's apropos. It's perfect. This storyline is magical. You can't find it on Prime. You can't. I mean, you can, but you can't. Right, but you can't find it on Prime, HBO Max, or anything else. This is not something written by Lionsgate or anything like that. This is reality. You know that I give a lot of flowers to Tibbs. He deserves some flowers. He deserves a lot of flowers. And then, you know, a lot of people had to grow on me because you know how we get as fans. We get stuck on things. I get stuck on that trade at the beginning because DiVincenzo, my paisano, you know what I'm saying? And Randall, who chose us and played hard, and he was a lot New York, but he had a lot of wayward, you know, like ways to himself, and it wasn't until
his team what Reggie
right,
Taj Gibson,
right, 100%. He didn't have the right extra big men. He didn't have the right extra bench players. He didn't have that.
right.
And I don't think even if he was still here and playing like not OG, but him playing like a small forward position or playing a power forward position, depending on who's on the court and when.
Right.
I don't. It's not the same. Now, as far as DiVincenzo, I mean, you could have always had him coming off the bench. True, that's a different story. But still, it took a lot of changing for that. But it took a lot for a lot of people to let go of their certain fandom. That's why when I read things and I gotta start letting that go too. Look, if you love somebody on a team, right? That's great. You have a favorite player. I have multiple favorite players. I have one favorite player, but then I have a couple other favorite players. And then guess what? They're all my favorite players after that. So I'm just amazed at what they're doing. I'm like on a roller coaster ride. And the weird thing is, it's not scary.
Right.
It's not a scary roller coaster. It's a fun roller coaster. It's a kids type of roller coaster. You know, the one don't got no loops, got a little high thing. The kid might get nervous.
It's not a roller coaster. Maybe it's like a swervy road. But
Yeah,
you got a good driver.
Right, good driver and a high railing on the side.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. It's not even a roller coaster. You're right. It's not.
Maybe
Because there is no.
Yeah.
You know, today they tried their best to make that road into a roller coaster. And you know what? They're going to keep trying.
They're gonna keep trying, but we ain't worried.
We ain't worried. That's the weird thing. Like not to worry, to have absolute knowledge that your team is about to be the champion.
Right.
And the
to
thing
know
is,
that everybody inputs.
right. And the thing is about our fan is it's good. It's fine to have your favorite players and all that, but the way we're winning and during this whole run, it's been a total team effort.
100,000%.
Because honestly, Cat and Brunson, I'm not surprised. Like I've said this already before. This is what these two guys are supposed to be doing.
Right.
Like this isn't we're acting like we're surprised. Like Cat was the number one pick. He's been averaging doubles for his career. We know how great he is. This is what he's supposed to be doing.
Right. 100%.
This is what Brunson's supposed to be doing.
Right.
Like it's these others that we have.
Right.
You know,
exactly.
This is a total team effort. Like even the GOAT, everyone's supposed GOAT, you know, Michael Jordan needed help. He needed
1,000%.
Pippen and all them. And honestly, when he came back and Horace Grant wasn't there anymore, and people forget, I don't care how long he was playing baseball, when he came back as number 45 and blah, 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 the Bulls lost to the Magic.
Yeah, lost to the Magic. Yeah.
People don't talk about that with Michael Jordan playing.
Right. Before they went to the finals. That's exactly it.
Ruff. That dude was still playing basketball on the side. There ain't no way he wasn't shooting around.
Right.
So
yeah, no doubt about it. Probably still doing it.
So then they went and had to get Rodman.
Right. Completing the team.
You know.
To make up for Horace Grant.
Just like us. Brunson couldn't do this by himself, obviously.
Right.
You know, Cat can't do it by himself.
Nobody can.
It's the way the NBA is built now. The OKC Thunder, everyone talks about how great their team was. They're a full team. They have the NBA MVP on it.
Two-time
MVP, plus they talk about how they had the best bench, the most supporting cast.
How to build a franchise.
All this stuff. And here they got a 7'5" alien, the new messiah of the league, on the other team.
That man name is Wembanyama.
Yeah. Like all they did was talk about him in the whole pregame. Not one thing was mentioned. No video camera went to the Knicks. There were no graphics about the Knicks.
Nope.
No mention in any graphics about the run the Knicks were on.
Mike Brown was trying to squeeze some in, but to coach, the whole production was Spurs centric.
And then,
I'm really interested to see what happens when they come to New York, if that would be the same.
Exactly. Like, I don't know if for the production, because they're at San Antonio, they purposely lean towards the home team more as far as giving them the graphical love and all that stuff.
Right.
They better do the same when they're at MSG and they talk about the history of the Garden and what the things the Knicks are doing and blah, blah, blah. Hopefully they'll change that too. But you're supposed to, this series out of all of them are supposed to be the most neutral. You're supposed to be as neutral as possible.
That's what I thought.
You know, because hell, look at the NFL. They don't even play their championship in anyone's home court field. That's a neutral site, you know.
Yep.
They don't have that, you know, in the NBA neutral site game. I mean, it happens in college basketball with March Madness, you know, the final game. Like, you ain't on your home court.
I wish they would do that in baseball too, bro.
Yeah.
I hate seeing
Yeah,
winter
baseball be cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I hate seeing winter baseball, bro. Just have it in a southern city like the Super Bowl. Just pick a
Yeah.
city. You play the best 4 out of 7 in a specific city, bro. I hate it. It's game time here in Chicago, Illinois. You know, game time temperature is 34 degrees. And dudes out there and ski. Anyway, I digress. Jay.
No, that's a great idea. And they don't even have to travel. I keep it in one place the entire time.
One place the entire time. Yep.
Each year, a different place.
Yep.
I wouldn't be
not
surprised
in each one of those league divisions.
Yep.
Somewhere else.
If this NBA Cup thing is a precursor, it's like they're trying out what a neutral site thing would look like. You know, there's something they might be trying to see how it goes. They might end up doing this in the NBA.
Yeah, possibly.
I mean, you know what? If the Knicks win, a lot of things might change.
They're already letting the play-in thing happen, and you know, and all the 10 teams. I mean, hell, everyone make the playoffs. Why not? Why not? Giant tournament.
Yeah.
Well, remember the bubble too. In the bubble, there wasn't no.
The bubble. In my opinion, the way the bubble was set up, that was dope.
Yeah.
So dope.
Yeah.
So dope.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna do the super chats real quick. David Smith, thank you for the generous contribution. David Smith says Knicks are only 2 wins away from Karl Anthony Towns becoming the best center in Knicks history. And Virtuoso says, hey, Virtuoso, thank you for the generous contribution. Vert says the Spurs gave us their best shot. J.R. Wemby gave the game away, and the broom just fell out of the closet. Knicks in 3 3/4. Yo, come on.
You know who I
think Weeping Wemby and J.R. Wemby are freaking amazing.
You know who doesn't get, I feel, enough. I mean, he obviously does, but he's the captain, and that's Willis Reed.
Willis Reed, yeah.
If he never got injured, he probably would have been the most all-time, one of the, without question. Because let me keep it a buck. Willis Reed was a second-round draft pick.
Yeah, out of Grambling.
And then he was Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
A lifetime Knick, mind you.
Yep.
He was an NBA MVP of the league.
1970, yep.
And not Clyde. Willis Reed was the 2-time NBA Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Willis Reed.
Now, Clyde had the greatest game in Knicks history in the Willis Reed game.
Right.
The game named after Willis Reed. And Clyde probably had the greatest performance in a Game 7 you probably ever saw in your life.
For sure.
But Willis Reed does need some love.
Yeah, but even if you ask Clyde Frazier, that's the captain to him.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, Coach, to your point, the Knicks traded away an all-star center so that Willis Reed could start. Remember, they had Willis Reed played power forward for a little stretch, little backup center minutes, and we traded away a center so that Willis Reed can play center like Bill Russell, and the Knicks started skyrocketing, started climbing the ladder. 3 years later, they draft Clyde Frazier and what's the dude with the shoulder guy used to coach the ball, Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
So they draft Clyde and Phil Jackson, and so like now you seeing like these guys, these draft classes coming in, and then all of a sudden you make the trade for Dave DeBusschere, like you lose in 68, 69.
And you pick up Earl the Pearl.
Yeah. In 70, was it 71? 70, 71 or 72, one of those years. You pick up Earl the Pearl because, you needed more firepower in the playoffs. 72, you lose to the Lakers, which might be the greatest team of all time. The 72 Lakers that won 33 in a row with Wilt Chamberlain, and you wasn't going to beat them. 71 is the year everybody is injured, You remember you win at 69-70, right? You're the champs. You come back the next year, everybody's injured, right? And I think is it the Milwaukee Bucks win it? They beat the Baltimore Bullets or somebody. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think so.
I think
it was the Bucks with Kareem.
The Bucks and Oscar Robinson and Kareem win it in 71. The Knicks go back in 72. They get in a buzzsaw with the Lakers. That's the greatest team ever. And 73, we come back and revenge. And then like, but to Coach's point, after 73, Willis Reed is he at 32 years old, and you got a hip injury where the muscle comes off your bone and the joint don't go in, all that medical type stuff. Basically, it meant he ran with a limp. He ran with a limp for the rest of his career. And so, we don't have back then they didn't have the technology that they have right now. So, I mean,
he was only 31 when he retired. That's what's crazy.
31?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. That reminds me of 87 for another team you and I root for.
Yeah.
87, because remember 88 and 88,
Bernard,
they were actually probably just as good or better than that 86 team.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And 85, they were on their way to remember, they didn't have playoff teams and didn't have any of that stuff back then. So you had to outright win your things. So
if there was a wild card back then, the Mets probably had 3 more World Series, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Especially that 88 team.
Yeah, that 88 team was special. 87, everybody's hurt, Bobby. He'd have cut the finger on a lawnmower, and this guy gets hurt, and Doc's in rehab.
Yeah.
And then
something's going on with Strawberry, but we don't know. Like, we think we know, but we kind of don't know. And then now it's like Howard Johnson is playing more than Ray Knight, and you know what I'm saying? And now it's like, who the hell is Kevin McReynolds? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all different things going on. So
like Kevin McReynolds will get caught. They pan to the dugout. I'll never forget. I was watching. They pan to the dugout. There's an empty box of pizza while he's eating a brand new box of pizza, and there's a open Michelob right next to him. And he wolfing down pizza and drinking a Michelob, and it was the 5th inning. It was the 5th inning. Yeah.
So I mean, they didn't mind, because isn't that when Greg Jeffries was a rookie too, or something?
Greg Jeffries, Tim Tuffle.
Bro, that's back when the Mets farm system was the best, bro, back then. Bro.
Yeah, Kevin Elster.
Did we have Mackie Sassa? Was Mackie Sassa there?
Yeah,
Mackie Sassa was there. He was the one that had the ips.
Yeah,
to throw the ball back.
Yeah.
By the way, that's one we got to talk about.
We had 3 catchers back. We had Barry Lyons too. Remember
Barry Lyons?
Barry Lyons. They had to use Barry Lyons a lot because Mackie, he could hit the ball, but he couldn't throw the damn ball nowhere.
And the thing is, he could throw the ball to second. He could throw the ball back to the pitch. What the fuck?
Yeah, it was weird. You remember he would like pump fake it like 3 times before you.
We had we had all them utility dudes too, like Mazzilli, Magadan.
Dave Magadan was my guy. He was
Magadan ended up becoming a starter. Prospect,
Magadan, Greg Jeffries, Tim Tuffle. That was supposed to be the group that replaced
Future.
my guy at second base. What's my guy at second base? Wally Backman. So
Wally Backman
to replace Wally Backman and Ray Knight
and then they went ahead and did some real funny, great move like getting rid of Lenny Dykstra for Juan Samuel.
Y'all ever see that clip of Wally Backman yelling at them when he was like a minor league coach?
Yeah. Oh, man. But that's why he didn't get, you know what, coach? That's why he didn't get the manager job.
Right.
Because of that clip.
Because of that meltdown. Yeah. Yeah. But what we didn't know is he had a habit. and I don't want to get into the
Yeah. But
yeah.
you know, 86, they all did.
I mean, I don't discredit some of the things he was saying though, because some of it was some real stuff.
Right. Yeah, man.
No, yeah, that Knicks team, you know, just like that saying, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Hell of a drug. Yeah.
It was. Gooden should be in the damn.
And during that time, every guy on the Mets, I mean, they probably had some in the back, bro.
Yeah.
In the back, they had it in the dugout, man. They had it in their pocket.
Right.
They slid into second. The ref was like, "Yo, you dropped the coke."
Yeah.
You know?
They had that, and they had the beverage cart in the back too for some of them dudes.
Right, exactly.
All them dudes, boy.
Yeah, man. Those were good old days when you used to get on the LIRR, and there used to be a beverage cart, and it would be so packed, but there'd be a beverage cart. Beers, get your beers. That was the 86, 87, 88, 89, 90.
Bro, those are the days, bro.
Ah, the days, man.
I gotta give myself, you know, I like to, you know, do the fun little bets. Nothing too crazy, but you know, I never bet because I'm very superstitious. I was so close today when I saw the Knicks were -6, you know. I mean the +6. You know, I'm like, man, I was gonna bet it, but I just never do because I always jinx myself, man. I'm just so superstitious. And I made one of the other ones I did was I think Shamit, the points, the over, the cat. I had 2 cat stats, which I picked the over on that I know he was gonna hit. And I would have, if I would have pressed the 10 button, I would have won tonight, but I didn't do it because I was my superstition. So I got to keep it up.
I hear you.
I'm not betting because we won. I didn't do the bet and we won, so I got to keep not betting.
Well, I did the betting and we won, so I don't know if it goes both ways. Then
you're then you keep betting.
I will. I won't stop. I won't stop. Yesterday, not yesterday. The game 1, when they threw up that 4.5 was the original number. I took it then, and then I took 5.5 again. I was like, no way they hold us anywhere near there, even with the whistle. Right. And then this game, I said, we're gonna win. It doesn't matter.
Right.
They got them by 6. And the original thing was 5. Then it went to 6. Then it went to 6.5. I was like, they're nervous. They're trying to really do something like that.
Yeah.
Well, I think a lot of what the money line was this game, or the point spread, I think had to do with Vegas was actually did the whole gambling thing themselves. Of if you're sitting there at a roulette table, if any of y'all play roulette, and like 10 reds came up all in a row, you know a black's bound to come out. So and so they're playing the percentages too. Like the Knicks, they have all these wins in a row. There's no way they're going to win another one.
Right. So
they put the -6 on the Knicks, you know, so tempting people because they knew that there's no way they can win another one. You know?
Right. Yeah.
And that's why they put that line the way they did, because it's true that we're doing something historic right now.
It just yeah.
Little did they know we're not going to lose again. So
that's why it's easy for people like Becky Hammond and all these haters about Brunson to say, well, if you're a leading person, you know, you can't be short. You can't have the short guy because history is on their side. You know, you can make it. That's like making this bold statement like, if you live in Florida, saying it's not going to rain for a week.
Yeah.
You can't make that statement because it's going to rain every other day down there.
Every other day, even if it's only for a little while.
Yeah.
Even if it's 1 minute, and just like the Virgin Islands, man, you can see the rain coming for a mile. It comes in a sheet.
Yeah. There's some months that it rains every day, for like months.
Bro, but like I consider myself I love Florida. Like I don't love Florida politics, right? Yeah, I don't even like watching the regular TV in Florida because it's disgusting, right? But the life in Florida, like in that Davenport, Orlando area that we visit like once or twice a year or whatever, man, it's so beautiful, bro. But we know afternoons you might get you a little shower, right? Or mornings, mid-mornings, you might get you, a little shower. Like midday when we down there, I've never been in Florida and it rained in the middle of the day. I don't know what it is about me. Maybe the rain don't like me in the middle of the day, but like
me neither.
Like evenings though, like them evenings where it's Coach, you know what I'm talking about? Like when it's like 95 and all of a sudden you see it's
all that humidity that's built up all day.
Yeah.
Finally's got to come down. That's what happens. That's what happens.
And because we'll be in the pool, man. It start raining, and it's like, man, they don't need to run now because it's just gonna stop and like it's gonna stop.
Yeah, and then soon as that rain goes away, that sun's blaring right back on you again. It's like
peeling your skin off.
All that water that was dumped on you starts steaming up from the ground.
Right. Virtuoso, thank you for the generous contribution. Virtuoso says, Game 2 will be remembered as the Mikal Bridges game. Ooh, what do y'all think about that?
I mean, I think I don't know, man. And this isn't just to be against what Virtuoso said. If Cat didn't do what he did honestly, it was the Cat and Mikal game. If you ask me, it was like a duel.
Yeah.
Because they both, Cat, especially in the first half, had set the tone. Like he put the team on his back in that first half on both sides of the ball. He was giving Wemby problems on both sides of the ball.
Wemby, he made Wemby look like he had what do you call that? Needle in the hammer.
But then Mikal, though, he did his thing in the second half, like especially during that spurt when Cat and Brunson were out. He carried the load.
He hit 5 in a row.
Yep. Man, he hit some shots today, like even in middies, bro. He's the only dude. Like, how you can't coach? That is not normal to take those middies like that. Like everyone's a sideways fall away.
Right.
It's like,
right.
I don't know how he gets his body in that still shooting position from some of the angles he jumps at.
Hey man, I'm sending Brooklyn 2 more first round picks, bro.
Yeah, exactly. That's Slender Man.
Yeah. Y'all people out here like, yo, we gave them 5 picks, bro. Did you see what Brooklyn drafted with those first couple of picks they used?
Yeah. You know who else?
Igor Denman. Is that what y'all want?
Yeah, exactly.
Triori, is that what y'all want?
He actually, because even during that time when he was out there, he was basically the power forward because it was him, Mitch, and the 3 midgets. Not Shamit, but only Shamit. It was him and all the bench were out there.
Right.
It was Alvarado, Deuce, Landry, Bridges, and Mitch.
Yeah.
And he was getting rebound. He got a couple of tough rebounds because he finished with 6, I think, in the game. Right. He had 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. So it was definitely we needed him.
Yeah.
I think Josh got flustered with the foul, get in foul trouble.
Josh didn't have his best game at all
Yeah,
today.
he didn't have his best game today.
He didn't have his best game.
Yeah, but that's because they took Josh out the game. They took Josh out the game. I'm not making excuses for his bad game, but the fact of the matter is there is an excuse. Because for a little while there, he was bumping and he was moving and he was doing what he could, and he didn't have his absolute best game. Like last game, even though he had 3 points, I thought he had one of the most fantastic games he's had.
That's one of the greatest games in Knicks championship history, bro. Like the Josh Hart game, one of the greatest games in Knicks championship history, bro. When you have a dude, a 6'4" guy gets you 15 rebounds and 6 assists,
right?
And like 2 crucial steals late in the game.
Two crucial steals, a block, and that. Who cares about the 3? You're doing everything else. But I'm gonna let you get it. I'm gonna let you get at this.
I'm gonna do this.
Chat.
Yo, Alfonso Scott, thank you for the generous contribution. Alfonso Scott says, I can't believe the Spurs went for the 2-for-1 in the NBA Finals, right? 39 seconds with Brunson on the court. Absolutely. How do you go for the 2-for-1 right there, right? For schematically, or not schematically, but strategically, you should go with the best offensive set that you've been running in practice. Whatever play you've been running in practice, that was the most efficient. That's the play you run, regardless of the defense the Knicks are running, right? And then if there's a dead ball timeout, you have your defenders at the table ready to come in. Like as soon as the dead ball hit, right? Then because if you notice, the Spurs got a delay game because their coach wasn't on top of the game because he wanted to put Castle in, but it didn't dawn on him until the last minute because he was coaching the game and his assistant coaches didn't make him aware to have Castle ready, right? So they got a delay a game penalty for that. So yeah, Scott. Hey, this comment is brilliant. This comment is brilliant. You know what I'm saying? This is one of the smarter ones. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Like, and to be honest with you, I didn't even think about it that way. All I was thinking about was every possession is valuable. But what you're saying makes a lot of sense. How do you go for the 2-for-1 right there? Right?
Yeah, because it also gives us. I mean, it gives us an extra possession to call that timeout to put Cat in and Mitch back in on defense again.
Yeah. But in a 2-for-1, coach, I'm sorry, but in a 2-for-1, you rush your first shot to give the Knicks 24 seconds to hope that you get the ball back with 10 seconds.
Right.
That's stupid. Why don't you just take the whole 24 seconds?
Yeah, and get the best quality shot.
Yeah, sure. And then leave the Knicks with 15 seconds.
Yeah.
If they get the ball back, because if you get the offensive rebound, you get your shot clock reset for 14 seconds with 15 seconds left. So you can run the clock all the way down and just throw up a game winner.
Yeah.
And you can't lose.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Alfonso Scott, that's a great point, man. My bad, coach.
No, I was just piggybacking everything you said. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, y'all got anything to say before we wrap up, man? Y'all got anything left? Coach, you got to smile, dog, because the Knicks are 2 games away from being the NBA champs. The Knicks are 2 games away from being the NBA champs.
Yeah, man.
The Knicks are 2 wins away.
I just had a bad, adrenaline dump, from personally, man, for the whole game. I let it all out, my excitement and my happiness. It's like now I'm just old. It's all hitting me right now.
I'm thinking it's just because you didn't like the intro that I have been working on for for 5 weeks. I just think he just like it. Jay, he didn't like it, bro. What you wanted me to do, rap?
I don't know what you're referring to, but if that's what you think it is, I guess. But, I'm ecstatic, bro. It's just like, I don't know how to act. I ain't never been in this situation.
Bro. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Like I my ex-athlete-itis kicks in when I score a touchdown. Act like you've been there before, kind of thing. And that's what because there's been so many times as a Knicks fan that we've had to eat crow. Years and years when I tease friends or tell people it's our year, we're gonna win this one, and then they let me down.
RJ Barrett and Taj Gibson are gonna take us to the champ.
And then now that I'm here, it's like it's almost like I don't want to. It's just I don't care. You talk to any athlete, bro. Most of them are superstitious.
That's why I'm telling you. For me, I'm not hyped. I'm excited.
Like, yeah, I mean, I'm a cry.
The betting part, I think, like for you, that's the betting thing. For me, it's I'm not, or maybe also for you, this is what you're also saying. I get what I text you. Hell yes, right? That's all I texted you, Coach, right?
Yeah,
Both you guys. Hell yes, right?
Yeah.
And then I was gonna call or come on here, but I didn't say that's motherfucking right. You know we about to do this. This is all we're gonna do. Knicks are 1.5, like I said, because I played ball. I played different sports all my life. I know that superstition. I know that the way you stand in the box for baseball is the way you stand in the box. No matter where you go, you stay just like that. How you play your football, no matter what stadium you go to, you run the same play. You run it, and you run it, and you run it. And after you run it, you do another one version of it. And if you like that version, you got to relearn it. And you gotta do it over and over and over again. And your thing, 1 a days, 2 a days, 3 a days, 19 a days. It depends on what your coach is like. So for me, I was scouted for baseball. I did all these other things. And for me, I don't know what it is. It could be what you're saying with the sports athlete thing, or
right.
It could just be the fact that I'm excited, right, and I'm not cautiously excited. It's kind of like the winding road, not the roller coaster.
Right.
I'm cautiously excited. I know what the rest are trying to do. I know what everybody's trying to do, but we're going to win 4-0. You better have some drawers on. I swear to God.
Yeah. I got no pajama pants, bro. I'm good. I'm an adult, bro.
No, not you guys.
We were supposed to wait till.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait the game, bro. I can't wait to game 4, bro. I'm practicing. The shirtless summer, bro.
I'm with you, man.
I'm practicing the shirtless summer, bro.
Yeah.
May as well, bro.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
It's on, baby.
Yeah, if the Knicks win it, bro, I'm not putting another shirt on until the preseason, bro.
Never, ever. Look, somebody's gonna put the end of this show on, and they're gonna be like,
what the hell?
What the
what kind of content was this?
What are they doing?
They're gonna look down and say, I can't believe they went for the 2-for-1, and they're gonna look at us and say, what the hell?
Bro, I'm telling you, I told our wives, I was like, dog, listen, if the Knicks win the chip, bro, I'm not putting another shirt on. I'm not putting a shirt on until the preseason, bro. And if my wife make me, I might put a shirt on after. I might start putting shirts on after the draft, bro. But during the celebration, shit.
Respect your wife. That's dope that you said that.
Yeah, I might get fired at work, bro. I'm just like,
You might. There's a great possibility. But I have a good enough size house. You and the wife can move in. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it.
Appreciate you,
No
bro.
problem. And then we'll build that. Then we'll build that whole TV thing together. But
yeah, man.
So,
bro. So okay. Well, let me just say this real quick before we wrap.
Yeah.
I reiterated the Knicks are 2 games away from winning the NBA title, right? 2 games away, right? The thing about that is, no matter how many times I say it, every time I say it to somebody, it shocks them. It's shocking to hear. Like 2 games away, and they're at home in the Garden, and these are the next 2 games are the first time that the Knicks have played in the NBA Finals this century. So you already know it's gonna be Animal House out here, bro. I mean, one other thing I want to mention is this is the first time that I've seen a Knicks team where if number 1 in the pecking order isn't clicking, number 2 is clicking. If number 1 and 2 not clicking, number 3 is clicking. If 1, 2, and 3 aren't clicking, number 4 is clicking. If 1, 2, 3, and 4 are not clicking, it's always somebody ready to step up on this team. Whether it's for 8 minutes or 8 games, somebody is always stepping up on this team.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And I think that's what champions are made of. But before we go, y'all got anything, man, before we get out of here, before we wrap up?
Go ahead, Coach.
Nah, just Knicks fam out there, Blorange Tears fam. Hit that like and subscribe button, obviously. If you want to keep seeing dope content and 3 50-year-old dudes take off their shirts,
pow!
This is the place to find.
You're looking for 50-year-old men, shirtless 50-year-old men. This is the place to find them.
50-year-old dudes taking their shirt off. Make sure the Knicks go to the finals.
That's how you know that's how you know it's getting to be crazy around here when the Knicks are 2 games away from sweeping in the NBA Finals after over 50 years. And then you got 3 men looking like they're at a Norwegian bathhouse ready
talking business.
Talking business.
Yeah, I'll be
victory cigars.
Yeah.
Yo.
Talking like this, I wanted to make sure you off Wemby by the 4th game off him.
Right.
In that bathhouse. What I'm gonna say is I got every air conditioning in my house on. This goes back on. It was nice being shirtless with you guys, but I will tell you this. Here's the deal. If you want to find 50-year-old men without shirts, Lawrence Tears is a place to come to. No. The deal is this.
Make sure you go to the finals.
Right. Make it only because of the finals. Make sure you know that. Here's the deal, man.
It's gonna be a remember the time moment.
Yeah, man.
Remember when Freezie took off his shirt and Coach and Jay?
Yeah.
And then
we'll take it off. Right. We'll take it off again. We'll take it off again. Shirts will come off after we win the championship. We'll have a whole shirtless bunch of hours. Yeah. Maybe not the first game because there'll be a lot of people watch one, but the one right after that.
Full camera so y'all can see my Mr. Incredible belly.
Right. Word. I ain't got nothing to hide. Nothing to hide. Mr. Incredible belly. You know what though? And vulnerability and being brothers and being real and being cool. That's kind of like what we just did, what the Knicks are doing. And you know what I encourage all y'all to do is run around shirtless, knowing that the Knicks are about to be the champions and they could have 5 versus 8, 10, 15. They can't stop us.
Right.
And they're all right, but they're not real. and they cannot beat us. They can't beat us. They can't beat us. We don't flop. We have stopped complaining. We have really become the team. And at the end of this, there's a word, starts with D, that ends with Y. And I think we're on the way to becoming that.
Right.
That's why these young guys have about 4 or 5 years to wait before they make it to where they want to make it.
Right.
And before that's over, Brunson will be the face of the entire league.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody will know Shamit's name. They'll know everybody's name. They already know the other guy's name. They'll know Shamit's name. They'll know Deuce's name. They'll know the Alvarado's name. They might even know Kolik's name by then.
We didn't even play Clarkson tonight, bro.
Right. I'm about to say there's a handful of people who didn't play.
Yeah.
So goes to show you really how deep the what's the word I'm looking for? The deep the powers to be are trying their hardest. And another thing is New York, a message to my New Yorkers, not just especially my Knicks fans, not the younger ones that never saw any of the pain, that didn't have to go through all this stuff, and welcome. You're welcome here all the time anyway. But just know that we endured that pain for you. And we went through all that for you. So when we want to get hyped and we want to take our shirts off and we want to boast and we want to flip out, that's because we did the peaks and the valleys for you. But you're still invited here. You're still invited here. Everybody's invited here. But our age crowd, I'm happy as for. Really happy. And I hope they hand. What does Ewing do for our team? I know he's a part of the. He's part of the. He's signed by the team to do something, right?
Is he an ambassador?
Well, anyone that's got a position gets a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope they hand Ewing the ring first.
On ring night. On ring night.
On ring night, I hope they hand it to Ewing first.
Right.
And they help him up, and he gets up on the table, and he raises both arms in the air. I'll lose my shit. I'm gonna be honest. I might lose my pants at that point. Forget the shirt.
I might put my pants on my head at that point, bro. I don't know.
Right. Like this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm hyped. I'm excited, but I'm just focused. And
just real quick before I hit the outro, just want to say this too. Hey, everybody, listen. Somewhere in America, there is a sophomore or junior in high school that only knows the Jalen Brunson era of Knicks basketball.
Exactly.
And that is a beautiful thing, right? They were too young. They were just too young for the Randall stuff, but they're old enough to understand the Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns, and all that era of stuff. Mikal Bridges. There is somewhere in the world, there are kids that are maybe, I don't know, 11, 12, 13 years old, that their first major news was that the Knicks traded for Mikal Bridges. And that's where they start their Knicks journey. And now their Knicks are about to win a championship.
Exactly.
Man, life can be so beautiful sometimes, bro.
100%.
Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, and I'm saying, and it's a team like you were saying before. It is doing it the right way.
Right.
We're not flopping. We're not getting calls. Yep. We're not, because God forbid OKC kept winning. And then the opposite's going to happen. It's going to ruin the future of basketball because you're going to have a whole young generation see that flopping and all that stuff. You get rewarded for it because that's what happens. These kids, they see who's hot now and who's the champions, and then they emulate that in their play.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the Steph Curry effect. So all the kids start shooting threes because they were that's what was happening back when they came up.
Right.
And
that's why I respected Mike so much because I want to be like Mike. Really meant something. He played the game of basketball the right way.
The right way, yeah. And there were kids somewhere learning basketball, how to play ethical basketball. No tanking like the Spurs or the Thunder. No unethical flopping like OKC.
Right.
Just repetitions. Your dad coaching you up. Because I don't know if y'all know the thing. I'll say this, and I promise I'll end it here and get out of the way. But I don't know if y'all know this or not. But there are a lot of dads that were athletes that coach their sons to help their sons, try to be better than they were. And we watched that with Rick Brunson, right?
Yeah.
And we watched guys playing ethical basketball and saying and doing things the right way and being a professional. And if you're a Knicks fan and you watch Rick Brunson and Jalen Brunson, and maybe you experienced some father-son, maybe you were the son, maybe your father coached you, right? However the dynamic is, right? And you see that has to make you feel like this thing is destiny and special. Anyway, that's enough for me. I ain't gonna say no more. Everybody, I'm gonna get.
That's what both of my kids feel. That Freezie, by the way, they think that's the dopest part.
Right.
Well, at least my daughter, she was like, "Wait, that's his dad."
Yeah.
And I coach my daughter in softball and my son in football, baseball, and boxing.
Right.
And my father coached me in baseball, generationally.
It's a beautiful thing. Like definitely a conversation piece. On that, we'll write right here just so that we can get the snippets out for social media. Thank y'all everybody for coming through. Man, y'all were fantastic tonight, man. I'm sorry, Miguel. The Nipples at Night podcast. Yeah.
The Nipples at Night podcast.
Nips at night.
Nips at night. I love it. Nips at night.
All right. Thank y'all everybody for coming through. We out of here, y'all. Peace, everybody.
Yeah. Knicks at night. Uncle Freezie in the building. I'm the #1 chief rocker in Knicks universe. Nobody talks that talk the way that y'all like to have that talk to y'all. Like your main man, the #1 chief rocker, Uncle Freezie. If you want real basketball, check out Blorange Tears. Knicks related channel on YouTube. We rock the spot with Free Keith, Ghetto Intellect, Tory BJ Chosen, the CEO Allow Wise, Riviero Boulevard, 7 and 3. Corey Lee, DJ Cash, Big Pies, and Coach Mal Picker. Cowboy Bob, we in the mix. We bring the facts and the fire. Every weekday night at 11 p.m. we talk about the Knicks and everything Knicks related. Knicks at night.